Hi, folks. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Yeah, we can't get enough of this. You'd think 6 hours would just make us say enough, but no, that would be stupid. We don't know enough to quit. Welcome, everybody. Thanks to everybody who was able to join us yesterday. That was a lot of fun. That was an afternoon. That was a good time. Yeah. Hope everybody enjoyed it. We've stupidly had conversations today about doing another one. I don't know if we'll do it, but a lot of work, but a lot of fun. We really enjoyed it. So we'll see. We're nuts. We're complete idiots.
I'm not on there.
You're not on?
Mm-mm.
Well, that ain't right. How can you not be on? Oh. Novana, you say?
No, I don't see me right now.
Your pictures. Oh, that's because I'm an idiot. Oh, I thought we couldn't hear you. There you are. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought we couldn't hear you. I was freaking out. I didn't know how to get you to, so we can hear you. Now we can see you.
Yeah.
Kind of my heart's warmer now.
Yeah, I
Yes.
feel a lot warmer too now.
Yeah, we were throwing around ideas today about uh, maybe one at Christmas. I don't know. That would be something. Not on the Christmas day, but somewhere around there. Thanks to everybody for joining us. It was so cool to go to get to 1,100, get to 1,000, and then 1,100. That was really, and then the fact that people stayed around all afternoon was fantastic. So we appreciate
Yeah,
everybody
that
joining
was
us.
fantastic.
Yeah. Yep. And Ellie and Katie, you talk about yeoman work. Man, they moved a small mountain. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Be sure and check out. Vanna posted it somewhere. A video Ellie and Katie did of their appearances. It's pretty funny.
It cracks me up. I have watched it, I bet you 100 times.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah. Yeah. It was pretty funny. They did a
Yeah.
whale. They did a whale of a job. We couldn't have done those drawings without.
No.
I do know if we do it again, we got a whole different plan for doing drawings because no way we're doing them that way again. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
No, we got to find a better way, less work. Yep. Um, let's see here. Yeah, oh, that's right. John and Vanessa joined us. That was fun. Thanks so much for doing that, Vanessa. I assume John's there. Really appreciate that. It was fun to talk with you. Cindy coming up with all the books. All the books. Got addresses coming to you here probably tomorrow, Cindy. Vanna spent all day getting all those things lined up. And that reminds me, tonight's drawing now is the usual thing. We're back to the usual thing. So quarantine is the subject line. Vanna at WeTalkFiber.com. But in the I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but in the body of the email, put your name and address so we don't have to ask for that afterwards. So just put your name and address right in there, and that'll simplify things for us for tonight's giveaways. So please do that. Quarantine as the subject line, and Vonna at WeTalkFiber.com. It's right at the top, just as it always is, and your name and address in the body of the email. So that'll simplify things. All right, John is
Yeah,
here.
it will.
John is here with Vanessa. Okay, so don't be scared. Don't be scared. I'm gonna show me so I can show you what we're giving away tonight. So
Okay.
here we are. Oh, I got you. Hang on. Get you out of this shot. Okay, so tonight we have from the Scarlet House the Patriotic Shaker Box. And sorry, I'm not taking them out of the plastic because they're new, and I don't want to take them out. So that's one of tonight's items. And then the second tonight item is Letters for Santa from Brenda Gervais. Letters for Santa from Brenda Gervais. One of those primitive look things. Yep. And then from the Bothy Threads, Flight of the Bumblebee. And now this is a kit. This is a kit on Ada cloth that has sparkles painted on it. And so this is what it looks like. So this is on Ada. What is it? Said somewhere. 14 count. 14 count Zweigart Ada. This bee over the flowers on this kind of sparkly Ada cloth. So that all these from Kimberly Reed, who donated several things yesterday. So all these three from Kimberly. So those three tonight, quarantine, and your name and address in the body of the email. And so got to have that by the end of the hour, and then we'll have on Wednesday night, we'll have the winners for those three. Now we have a separate thing that, quite frankly, I forgot about yesterday, but in the final analysis, I'm glad I did. Teal Elder has an extra copy of Hannah Longstreth. The chart that we're doing here, I'm talking as if people can see me, so I'm going to do that. Hannah Longstreth, the chart we're starting on May 1st. The stitch along we're doing with Sassy Jacks, and Kim has the kits. Well, Teal has an extra copy. And so we're going to have a drawing tonight, and Vanna's going to kill me, but we're going to do a separate subject line because I want it to go to somebody who is going to join us for the stitch along. So if you're not interested in doing the stitch along on Hannah Longstreth, please don't enter for this one so that people who are interested can have a chance to win the chart. Now it's just the chart, not the kits. But use the subject line Hannah, H-A-N-N-A-H. Use the subject line Hannah so that Vanna can keep them separate, but only if you want to do the stitch along to get this chart, because I mean, we're doing this stitch along with Kim, and so we want to have that be part of it. And Teal's so kind to provide that extra chart for us, and so we want it to go to a home where it's going to be part of the stitch along. So Hannah for the Hannah Longstreth, and then the usual quarantine for the other three. That's why we have 4 tonight, is I wanted to have that one separate. So very nice of Teal, who helped sponsor a half hour yesterday. So nice of you to support. We really appreciate it. But so Hannah for that one, and then quarantine for the rest of them. And by the end of the hour, and then we'll have the results on Wednesday when we join. So our sponsor this half hour, as you can see on the screen, is Needle in a Haystack. And, of course, that's Kathy Ray. And Vaughn and I were talking beforehand about getting some threads, some unusual threads. And you know, the thing, where do you get those? Go to Kathy Ray at Needle in a Haystack. I bet you my last dollar she'll have whatever you want. So check her out. She is really a whiz at colors, and helped Vanna with Anasazi's song, and just has all kinds of threads. It's fun to go through her shopping cart because she has all the threads in a great big grid, and so you just kind of go crazy with it. And be careful, you'll buy a whole bunch of thread. But please sponsor or support Kathy Ray at Needle in a Haystack. She's just like the rest of them, only she had to close her doors earlier in California. But she's still shipping. She's there every day shipping out orders. She's excellent about getting orders out. Excellent. Every time I've ordered from her, boy, they're out within a day, 2 days if she's busy, tops. And so check that out. And of course, she has all the other things, but she has what really makes her stand out for me is her ability to deal with colors and find threads, especially replacements. But also, if you need something unusual, she probably has it. She really is a specialist at that. So do check her out. Elaine H. Yeah, 95% of the people yesterday had a great time. There was that 5%. Boy, there's just some mean people. people who are just unhappy. You know, I'm sorry. I feel bad for them at some point. Just unhappy. But Yeah, the rest of us had a great time. It was fun, even though it got a little rocky at the beginning with the drawings. We did not anticipate that. If we do another one, we have a plan, I think, that's going to eliminate all that and give everybody an equal chance to win. So um, we'll work on it. I don't know. We keep talking about it as if it's a given that we're going to do it. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know. I was tired. Oh, was I tired? I'm sure you were too. Man.
Yeah, and I didn't sleep good because I was so spun. I'm one of those people that if I'm spun up from something, I can't calm down, and I was
Uh,
up all night long. I just
uh,
did not sleep worth a crap last night.
I got up at 6 o'clock because I'm usually up at 5, so I slept until 6, and I sat down in the recliner just to catch up on things on the iPad, and the next thing I knew, it was 9:30. So, yeah,
Oh, really?
I know. I never do that, but I was just gassed. Well, I'd been up since 5 because I was at church for sunrise service, so I'd been going full tilt from 6 on. So,
Yeah.
Becky got some flosh from Needle in a Haystack. Yeah, that. Yeah, you want flosh? Kathy's the place to get it. She has all of it. Yep. It's the name of the place where you get those beautiful blue threads that you showed us Wednesday. Those are Jessica Grimm. Jessica Grimm with two M's. JessicaGrimm.com. She was a guest. She was a guest. Well, on the one of the quarantine shows or on the Friday night show, but then also has been a guest on the regular podcast 2 or 3 times. These are from Embroidery House in South Africa, House of Embroidery, and it's an organization where people have started down in South Africa. People who don't have much have started this thing up a while ago, and they're shut down now because of the coronavirus, just like everybody else. But Jessica carries their full line of threads, silks, and the whole bit. And I bought some. Vonna bought some because.
Yeah, here's mine.
Yeah, let's see yours. I wanted to see yours. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Show them up there. Oh yeah, look at that. They're beautiful
This one's
threads.
my favorite color. This is my favorite color.
Yeah.
And this one's pretty close. But that one is a bright red. I don't. This one is like got orange and red in it.
Yeah.
Kind of would be nice for like flames or something.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, yes, it was very. They're very pretty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very
Highly recommend them. JessicaGrimm.com. 2 M's on the Grimm. She lives in Bavaria, but she'll ship it right out if she has it in stock. And then, of course, it's what she has in stock, and then she'll have to get the rest once the people in South Africa start making the threads again. But I think she uses this thread a lot, and I'm sure she's pretty picky about it. So yeah, do check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Mary Frensky, what I'm doing now looks like fun. Yeah, this is that Thalerania columbica from Karen Dudzinski. This one here that I got at Nashville. And I'm discovering every single one of these quadrants or pieces has 2 or 3 layers to it. So it looks like a simple little 6x6 inch piece, but there's 2 or 3 layers to everything, which is fun. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's fun. But yeah, nothing's going to go quick. Let's see.
We need to talk about who needs to send me emails.
Yes. Yeah,
okay, so,
yeah. If you won yesterday, Vanna's got a list for you here.
Okay. So I worked like 12 hours a day coming up with all this stuff. First of all, I want to say, because since I did not make it last Wednesday, I wanted to say people's name that won, and the Avlia kits. Ivy Kruger was one. She won an Avlia kit last Wednesday, and Kathy Funk won an Avlia stitch that last Wednesday. And I think I've contacted both of those people, but I know I have Ivy. I don't remember, and I'm certain I have Kathy, but I don't remember. I don't know. We'll have to check that later. Then the next thing is on Wednesday, the 8th. I was supposed to draw 8 winners, right? Because it's this Erica Michaels, Gary.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. So we have not mentioned these winners. So the first winner is Kathy Butler. Kathy Butler. This is from last Wednesday, Erica Michaels entry. So Kathy Butler. Number 2 winner was Maria Butterfield. Maria Butterfield. Winner number 3 was Vicky Benyo. Vicky Benyo. Winner number 4 was Tammy Coyle. Tammy Coyle. Winner number 5 was Susie McClung. She's always here. I wonder if she's here tonight. Haven't seen her.
Yeah.
Susie McClung is number 5. Deborah DeCrane is winner number 6. Winner number 7 is Deanna Gentry. Deanna Gentry. And winner number 8 is Luann Shearer. Luann Shearer. So I'll be sending emails to you later. Probably not tonight, but tomorrow I will.
Come on, Vonna. Come on, you wuss. Let's go. Jeez, you're pathetic.
Then I have all these papers here. Look at all these papers. All these papers was what I went through today. Okay, now then. On our first hour yesterday,
she sounds like she's complaining, but she's really not. She worked hard at it.
No, I did work hard at it, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad about it. Made the day go fast. Okay, hour number 1, we had some problems, as you all know, yesterday, figuring out how this was all going to be fair and whatever. And so when we were pulling answering the questions and all of that stuff, I need to get emails and addresses from the following people. I sent out a YouTube post this morning, but I didn't hear any from anybody. So 3 Dragonfly Dreams charts are going to Kelly Elizardo. Elizardo. Kelly Elizardo. All right. The next one is Vanessa Leanweber. So, Vanessa, I need your address and your email. And the last one is Eamon Mock. Eamon Mock is the third one on Dragonfly Dreams. That was from the first hour. I think I have one more. Let me check. Yes.
Then we started to get our act together.
Yeah.
Started.
The other one was a Blackbird Designs chart, My Dear Heart. And Hey, Miss Martha was the winner of that. Hey, Miss Martha. And I believe that I don't know anything about her, and I don't recognize her being here. So, anyways, and then $25 gift card to Sassy Jacks was R. Deborah Overrath. R. Deborah Overrath. So I need to hear from the following people at Vonna at WeTalkFiber.com. I need to hear from Kelly Elizardo, Vanessa Leanweber, Eamon Mock, R. Deborah Overrath, and Hey, Miss Martha. Okay, so there's one. That's the first hour. Then the second hour, I need to hear from Patience Price. Patience Price. You want an Ann Wilkinson chart. Patience Price.
Thanks, right, Jillian.
Then the third hour. Now I recognize this name, and I know that she's a regular, but I haven't heard from her. Christina S. Clark. Christina S. Clark, you won a Prim Sisters pin keep called A Friend Loves. So Christina S. Clark. So that's all we're missing. And I put together a list of winners, and Gary's going to put that on the website so you can see all of the winners, because it was just kind of amazing, to be honest with you,
It
to see.
was. It was pretty
And it
cool.
kind of like, yeah, it was kind of amazing. And it was kind of cross-eyed. So, anyways, there you go. There you go, people. That's all the winners from the last couple of days or the last week, I guess. So, if y'all could email me, thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Deanna, for emailing me. I appreciate that. Thank you, Vanessa. If we don't hear from, we're going to have to put a deadline on this, Gary. If we don't hear from some of them, I don't know how to. I have searched how to find them on, like I tried to click on stuff and they won't. I've tried to search on YouTube. I can't find them.
Yeah, let's give them a week. Let's give people a week.
Okay.
We just be patient.
Okay.
The stuff isn't going anywhere,
Okay.
so.
No. I just wanted to know how long you were going to.
Well, let's give people a week. Most people, I think, if they'll respond, we'll be all right. We don't have. Fortunately, with all we gave away, we don't have very many who we don't have addresses for, so that's pretty good.
I was like really trying to run them down.
Yeah.
Like the ones I tried to see if they had sent me other emails, yesterday, like searching my database and all that, and those were just a few.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. And to help with that, from now on, please put your address in the email for tonight's drawings. 2 of them tonight now. Quarantine is the 3 charts that I showed you, and then the Hannah Longstreth, if you're going to participate in the Stitch Along with Vaughn and me, please just, if you're going to do that, enter. I mean, if you want to own the chart because you want to stitch it, fine. Just given that we're doing the Stitch Along, would really like it to go to somebody who's going to participate in the thing with us. So, and that subject line is Hannah. The other is Quarantine. And then we'll have winners on Wednesday night.
Oh, there's another one. Deborah, thank you. I'm glad to see that you're here. All right. Now then, I want to say something else. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah.
Oh, here comes the speech. Here comes the speech. No, buckle up. Oh, no, not the speech.
Andrea Caffrey has a very good point here. She says, do you think it may be a good thing that things were changed to get prizes? Yes, I was thinking that today, Andrea. I'm sure as heck glad that we did have to switch things around because there would have been no way. I can't begin to tell you how many people do not follow directions on sending stuff. We had, there was every subject line that you could think of that was sent yesterday, and that's what slowed down the girls a lot, is that they had to figure out which category it went in because they're not stitchers. So anyways, it was that was a good thing, yes. And from now on, any time of drawings, I don't know why we didn't think of this sooner, but any type of drawings that we have, always put your address and your email. It's nice to have the email and the address in the body of the thing too, because then I can just copy and paste one thing rather than copy and paste an address and then copy and paste an email from the top. So anyways, it was good. It was very good. I'm glad we had that. That was almost like one of those hidden in disguise things. Then the other thing is Taps Ghost Lover. So Taps Ghost Lover, do you watch Taps? Because I do. Then the next thing is she wants to know, what am I stitching on? And this is Little House Needleworks 2 Red Houses. It's one of her very first it's in her early line of designs when she first came out. I think it's like from 2004. I do not have the top of the picture, but if you look on littlehouseneedleworks.com under everyday stitching, there's a picture of it. So there you go. And the reds. Okay, now here's a very good thing to talk about. Okay, I'm going to do some more talking, Gary.
Keep going. You're doing a fine job. I'm still waiting for the speech, though. I want the speech.
Okay, so this is actually the same color red. This is, does anybody know what my favorite color red is from Classic Colorworks?
Cherry Cobbler.
It is Cherry Cobbler. Okay, now then.
So you think I don't listen to you?
I know, right?
Right, but no, I listen.
So So the thing about overdyes is the beautiful thing about overdyes. How many times do we see on message boards or in groups where people are like, "Now look at this. Does this look like the same color that's stitched on the chart?" And they get all mad and angry about there's different colors and yada yada. Well, that's really, in all honesty, is the beauty of overdyed colors. And I don't want my things to look exactly like a I don't like my things to look exactly like the model. I like to change. Now, this design was stitched all in DMC, and I did a color conversion to Classic Color Works, okay, because I like Classic Color Works. But this house is stitched with DMC. I mean, Classic Color Works Cherry Cobbler. But see, I pulled several cherry cobblers that I had here, okay? And I want it to look, so you got to think that the sun, I want the sun coming from this side over here. So it's shooting this way. And there's another house going to be right over here. So I want the front sides of the houses to be lighter and the sides where the shadow, where the light's not going to hit, to be darker. So I used my overdyed floss. And when I picked my floss skeins, I chose one on purpose that was a little bit darker and one that was a little bit lighter. And then I have a skein here that has both light and darks, and I choose whichever I'm stitching. I'll choose the lighter strands and stitch in where I want the sun or the light to hit the house. And so this is the same color, reds, but it's, see how I'm using it to create a like a shadow effect, a shading. And so that's a tip that if you're using that, then that's a good way to choose. You choose your dark and your light for shading. And it's like you're painting a picture. So there you go. There you go, people.
Nice. And it's effective
Thanks.
too. It works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure does.
It's kind of like you have a clue, you know?
You know, you would think, right?
It's pretty similar to that, yeah. Like you have a clue. Somebody asked how high a thread count for floche, and I would suggest 35 count. This is
35 or 36.
This is my Agnus Dei on 35 count. Here I can zoom in a little. That's my Agnus Dei on 35 count, and I feel like that is about all you want. That came a little too close. That's about all you want. I think if you go any higher, even especially 40, that the thread is just too thick, and you start to mess up the linen, and it doesn't stitch right. So 35 is where I would say the limit is, and that's what Vonna has found too. So yeah, there. And then somebody asked again about your light.
Oh, it is a Bright Tech LED floor stand, magnifying floor stand. You get it at Amazon for $89. There's two different diopters. I believe it's 3 diopter and a 5 diopter. You want the 3 diopter, and or I like the 3 diopter. I think the 5 I have both of them, and the 5 diopter makes me kind of feel like I want to vomit after I look through it at any amount of time. So there you go. That's what I would use. The Bright Tech, I have 2 of them, and I love them. Okay, let's see. I just got Kringles. The pattern says it's stitched with 2 threads. Is it also safe to assume it's stitched over 2? Yes. Yes, it is. It's 30 count linen. Yeah. All of her stuff, Tori, is stitched over 2. Always. 2 over 2. 2 threads over 2 threads. Do I wear glasses when using your magnifier? Lindy, that's a good question. Sometimes I do. Do you, Gary?
I wear glasses all the time, yes.
I sometimes do. See, I got PRK, which is similar to laser. I mean, it is a laser application, but it doesn't slice your cornea. And I had that vision correction surgery 5 years ago, so I see 20/20 in distance, but I suck at up close. Okay, it's 8:30,
Okay.
Gary.
8:30 already? How can it be 8:30 already? Holy smokes. Don't soft
Gina
pedal it.
Schneider. I know, right? Gina
Okay.
Schneider.
Wait,
I gotta use my help.
well, yeah,
Okay.
before you do that. We have
Okay.
a new sponsor. New sponsor tonight, EGA, Embroiderers Guild of America, is a new sponsor. This Monday and next Monday, they're joining us as a sponsor, so we really appreciate that. And so save those thoughts, Fauna, because I spent some
Okay.
time on the EGA site. You just joined as a member at large, right?
Yep, I sure did.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to too. I tell you, I spent some time. I spent more time than I wanted to spend looking at their site. It's worth checking out. Boy, there's a lot of the gallery and projects that they show on there are really impressive. But what got me intrigued was the lady at Nashville with the who had her article in their magazine.
Oh.
Yeah, Arlene was with me on that, and she's the one who did the Hardanger, and she had her article in there, and so we were looking at the most recent issue of the magazine, Needle Arts magazine. Boy, they redesigned that thing. That thing actually looks professional. That's really good. So,
Oh, it's not the right it's not the right email, Gary.
what? Oh,
EAG. It's EGAUSA.com.
let me just fix that right here on the fly. Watch this get fixed.
Well, okay, so are we going to talk more about the EGA? Because
Sure,
I want to talk
sure.
about that.
Because I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, I want to do that class.
Which class would that be? There it is. Correct.
Let me find it. I want to do that. But see, I don't know that I paid for the at large for 2 years, and I don't believe that my membership has been accepted yet.
Oh. Is there a test?
I don't know.
No.
I wondered because
they're probably like everybody else. They're probably struggling to keep up,
yeah.
I guess.
Okay, where is that? Events. Find a class. Okay, so that's where you go. When you get on the EGAUSA.com, you click find a class, and then you go down and they have a basic study of Schwalm embroidery. Did you see that?
I saw that. I did.
I know. I want to take that.
I did.
Okay, so you got that, and then I would almost take that over the one that I was thinking about taking. Then there's see, now listen to this. There's a beginner's Hardanger course too.
Yep.
And let's see, what else? There was one that I wanted to take, and it was a counted needlepoint, and it wasn't going to be. I could tell by looking at it that it wasn't going to be hard. There's a Jacobean. There's a Jacobean. Oh gosh, I want to take all of these. But anyways, there's lots of great designs. Where is that counted needlepoint? Maybe it's under individual. Oh, online courses. I think it's under online courses. Let me see. Well, doggone it. Because I looked at it and I thought, oh, yeah, I want to take that. Okay, online courses, explore your passion. And there it is, online course. It's called Awani by Lorraine Salt. And it's coming soon. And then there's another one. Here it is. Online class, Mexican tile with Margaret Bendig.
And she's terrific.
Yeah.
She's terrific, yes.
That's the one I want to take, and it's $35 just to join the class. And it's It's like the whole month of May, I think, or April. So, anyways, I was thinking about that. $35 to take the course. You have to be a member, and it's in blue. Did you see that, Gary? That's in blue.
I did. I like Margaret Bendig's stuff.
I kind of
Yes.
want to do that.
Well, nothing's stopping you.
Yeah, so it starts on May the 6th, and then it goes May 6th, May 13th is the next lesson, and the final lesson is May 20th. See, that's doable. You can do that. No problem.
Yeah, you got nothing but time. Go for it.
Nothing but time.
Yeah. No, I was impressed as I went through the EGA, not just because they're sponsoring, but just in general. And yeah, I think they've enticed me to join. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, we made another mistake. It's
What?
it's egausa.org.
See, this shows how quickly I was putting things together.
Yeah, it is. It's .org. See, I don't ever use your addresses. I just put it in and type it in Google, and then it pops up.
Thanks, Fauna. There.
No problem.
Thanks for the support. There. Now it's fixed. If there are any other errors, speak to my assistant. Yeah. Just speak to my assistant. Yeah, no, so anyway, glad to have them with us. I'm going to send my check, I think. Kentucky Sampler, it's good to have your support. Thank you. Got it. Now it's saved, so it'll be right every time next week. So what were you saying? What were you saying before?
About what?
Before we start talking about EGA.
Oh.
You had some deep thoughts you were sharing with the people.
I don't know. If I was Vanessa, no, I don't know what it was.
I was excited to hear.
Remember what I said? I was going to ask. I was going to answer somebody's question. I can't remember.
You were sounding very scholarly, and I was kind of geared up for it, but
I can't remember. I can't go. I'm like perimenopausal. If I'm not menopausal, I can't figure that out. Yes, I am.
So you're going to hang it on that, okay? Okay. Whatever works, Fauna. Whatever works, Fauna. You want to haul that card out? You just haul it out. That's quite all right. Yeah, just whatever works. Jeez.
Lindy was being so helpful with me. She dreamed about me moving to the West Coast, and she helped me pack my canned goods last night. Lindy, thank you for being so helpful.
Pack your canned goods.
We don't have very many canned goods in this house. Oh, somebody asked us what our favorite restaurants were. So I don't know who that was. We're going to do a Trish Burr class.
Yeah.
We are. We've already made that decision.
Yep, we are. First, we're going to do the embroidery kits from Krista West, Avlia. Yeah, those came today. So.
Oh, they did? Is that one? Is it the one with the flowers in the pot or whatever?
She sent one of each, and I was hoping both of us could do the flowers in the pot.
Oh, okay.
Why, did you want the other one?
No, I wanted that one.
Okay, so do I. So I'll speak to her kindly and see if she'll fix this up. Because I want to do that one.
Oh, I've got
what?
I've got like arthritis in my fingers, I think. Okay, so favorite restaurants. Go, Gary. I would like to hear what your favorite restaurant is.
See, I mean, mine are all local. Like, I mean, my favorite restaurants are good Mexican restaurants, but I don't like the chains. I like the mom and pops where they just have cheap tables and chairs, and you go in there, and I like that kind of restaurant. I don't like the chains. So yeah, you can get me to go to just about any Mexican restaurant anytime. I'm up for it.
You know, you ought to eat my Mexican food because you would think I was Mexican.
I would?
Yeah. I'm better than a Mexican restaurant.
And just so damn humble. I'll tell you, just so humble.
I make all my mole sauce and all that enchilada sauce all
Yeah.
from scratch.
You can't get me to do mole, but
oh really?
nah, I don't like that. No, never have. Hot habanero ghost pepper, bring it on. Yeah. No, that's so Mexican for me is the one. I used to like steak houses, but anymore I just don't care to go to a steak house. I always feel like it's always too much, so I don't go. But I'm trying to think what nationally known restaurants, and I don't. Yeah, I don't I don't think of any. And see
okay, well,
when I travel, I rarely. I mean, I'll go if it's a business dinner. I'll go, obviously wherever anybody wants to go. I don't care, but um, otherwise, I just eat something simple. I don't do that thing. So, what's your favorite?
My favorite. Well, see, we don't eat out that often.
Right.
Because my husband's very thrifty. And I learned when I got married 24 years ago that if I wanted to eat like I was at a restaurant, I better, by golly, learn how to cook. So that's how come I've just taught myself how to really cook well. I can do Chinese. I can do I can do Chinese. I can do Thai. I can do anything. But anyways, what I really can't do well is pizza. I really can't do pizza well.
You can't make it, you mean?
No, you can't. I feel like I can't make it. I like two kinds. I like Chicago style pizza, pan pizza. I like that. But then here lately, as I gotten older, I like kind of cracker crust ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I just can't. I have a pizza stone and all that, but just can't do it.
Where I used to work, the nearby town where I used to work, and I would go to a place called the Pizza Factory. Been going there forever, and I would go there 5 days a week if I could get away with it. Not for pizza, but for their Italian beef and other things. But he said that and I don't know if this is true or not, but he's been making pizzas forever, so I'm in no position to argue with him. He said it's the oven. It is. That the whole thing is that oven, and that if good pizza guys move, that's one thing they take is their ovens. There's no way they're going to start with a new oven because there's something about them getting seasoned, and once they get seasoned are just right, then they just don't give them up.
Yeah.
So
okay, so somebody also asked, and Margaret answered for you.
She did?
Had a nice dinner. Yeah. Did we have Easters? Did we have an Easter dinner? And I did not. After I got done yesterday, I don't know what I did. Oh, I had chips and salsa.
There we go.
And then I had chips and salsa, took a shower, and went to bed. There you go. That was my Easter.
You're fun. Yeah, Margaret.
I know, right?
Yeah, Margaret we had honey baked ham. Well, she probably already said all that. Yeah, she had it all fixed up. We signed off.
That's nice.
We signed off. I washed my hands, sat down to a hot meal. It was fantastic.
Yep. Nope. Didn't cook yesterday. We had a big breakfast, which was like Belgian waffles, bacon, eggs. I guess that was it. Water. I guess that was it. Coffee. And so I had that yesterday morning, and then I had chips and salsa and went to bed. But anyways, if we're talking like not local restaurants besides pizza, I like Cheddar's. Does anybody like Cheddar's? I love Cheddar's. I think that it's good food, and I think that it's a reasonable price. And I have tried baking the pizza in an iron skillet. I've tried all kinds of stuff. I can even make gyro meats.
Yeah.
Yep. Do you like gyros? You probably don't.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, and if you can get good stuff, oh yeah, I'll eat that all day. That's great. Yep. I like lots of that sauce, that tzatziki sauce, that cucumber sauce.
Oh yeah, I make that too.
Yeah.
I even make homemade pitas.
Well, look at
I
you.
I roll. I'm telling you, if you if you live with me and my husband, you got if you want to eat that stuff, you got to like just learn how to do it.
Wistful,
Making the
Wistful likes the weavy thing. I'm probably way behind. Thanks, Wistful. It's getting tedious. I'm glad I only have a side and 2/3 to go because it's getting tedious. I must say. Neely's Needle Nest. What is it, Melissa Neely? Are you all going to make me join now? What is Needle's Nest? Is that a shop? Educate
mm,
me. Oh, I'm way behind. Oh my, I'm like 10 minutes behind. Uh, Cindy Baldwin's a member of EGA. She's a member at large. I'm joining. Just to be. She's one of the cool kids. So
some of my recipes on my blog. I do well when I get my blog up and going again because I don't know if you were here yesterday. My blog was deleted, but not by me, by a hacker. It's redone now, but anyway, I mean it's they like got control of it, but I can't get my whatever my post back. So it's a whole new start. I do have a blog that has some. It's called Eat, Drink, and Be Merry with the Twisted Stitcher, and I have several stuff. But yeah, I share my stuff on Instagram, my recipes on Instagram all the time. People will ask and I share them. But to make I will say this, to make gyro meat, it almost makes me want to get sick before I get done with it. Because to make it to where, like where they shave it off and it gets crispy, I can't put it on a thing that rotates in a broiler. So what I do is you get lamb and you take lamb and you ground it, and then you put basil and thyme, and I know this is going to sound gross, but raw bacon, and you like get a food processor and you process it until it's almost like baby food consistency. And then you wet your hands and you pack that meat into a loaf pan, like a bread loaf pan, and then you bake it. And when it's almost done, you pull it out, slice it, put it on cookie sheets, and then broil it to make it crispy along the edges. You would not know that it is not gyro meat. You really wouldn't.
hmm.
But it makes me a little sick to do. I kind of have a hard time eating it after I, messed with it so much.
Yeah, it looks
But
like
my kids and my husband, they go nuts.
it looks like it's a lot of work. I saw somebody in there ask if this was a toothpick. Yes, this is literally a round toothpick, and I keep it on my tray. We talked about it yesterday, and I rarely use it, but I'm finding it to be a handy little tool. I keep it here because you just never know. Sometimes you just need a little pokey thing with smooth sides, and with this stuff here, I'm finding it to be a very helpful tool in braiding it through the stuff. So yes, it is literally a toothpick. Took it right out of the kitchen.
Okay, Benita asked if I have a garden. I would love to have a garden, Benita, but where I live is in Bloomington, Indiana, and we are the limestone capital of the world. Monroe County and Lawrence County is known as the limestone capitals of the world. Our limestone is in federal buildings and in the Empire State Building, yada yada. And so our ground is very poor, very hard clay, and if it's not clay, it's just filled with rocks. And
Raised bed.
I know I've tried to talk my husband into getting a raised bed, but we also have a huge deer problem in this town, and I would have to have one of those raised beds that were in a cage. I would love to have a raised bed in a cage, but anyways, So no, I don't get to do gardening right now. I'm hopeful in my retirement that I will get to do it, but I do go to the local. I do support the local
Yeah.
farmers market. So, and there's a man that lives close to me that has a huge cage with raised beds, and I go and buy his tomatoes and stuff. So I don't do a lot of that stuff, unfortunately, but maybe someday I do. But I do all the cooking. I do grow my own herbs in boxes, though. I do that.
I hate when I don't pay attention. I just hate it.
My okay now, Citadel Mom. My my tutorial blog was fine. I have two separate blogs. The Twisted Stitcher was like my stitching and life blog, and then my tutorial blog that is not very chatty and just links to tutorials is still there. That's all there. No, they did not get a hold of that one.
I'm still surprised that they didn't have a backup for you.
Anyway, I don't even care. I mean, I know that sounds. I know that sounds, but it's almost like refreshing. Just have a fresh start. Just
Yeah.
just start
Yeah.
over.
Something to be said for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I would like to have. And another thing is that I live in a subdivision and I don't have that big of a yard, so that's another problem.
Get your emails in, folks. Quarantine is the email, the subject line, name and address in the body. Tavana at wetalkfiber.com right at the top of the screen there. And that will get you a shot at the Patriotic Quaker Shaker Box from Scarlet House, Letters from Santa from Brenda Gervais, and Flight of the Bumblebee from Bothy Threads, all provided by Kimberly Reed. And then if you want a shot at the Hannah Longstreth chart that Teal Elder has an extra of, and would really prefer that it be somebody who's going to do the stitch along with us. You just put Hannah in that subject line, and we'll get you in that drawing. Just really would like to have to go to somebody who's going to do the stitch along with us is all. It's just kind of a thing. And 15% off at Kim's at Sassy Jack's for the Hannah Longstreth and for Royal Garden. And I saw Debbie was very active yesterday. How much time we have? Oh, we got plenty of time. Debbie Rowley was being helpful yesterday, talking to people, and someone asked about her her Royal Garden, and it's a big one, and whether it was too hard. And she always gives the same advice. It's not too hard if you're willing to work at it a little bit. I would submit that she's underselling it. That with her instructions, it's just a matter of size. It really is just a matter of size. But it is one of her more complex, more advanced ones. There's no doubt about it. But like I showed yesterday, once you get one quadrant done, they're all four sides of the same. So you get 4 shots at it. But it's a beautiful piece. But it's big. What, 15 by 15? So it's a big piece. But it's impressive when it's done. I've seen finished ones, and it's impressive. It's impressive. That's July 5. And Kim has, I think she was going to put up, I think she has all the threads, so now you can get kits from Kim for that, for the Royal Garden.
Yeah. Okay. Now this is another. Yeah. Dominant hand on top. No, wait. My dominant hand is on the bottom, and I'm right-handed, so I put my right hand underneath and my left hand on the top. And my stand. Okay. So, I use both of them equally, Polly. Roller frames are Q snaps. I kind of use them both equally. I don't, and I use Hardwick Manor hoops too. When you're bonding, you have like what 20 projects going at once. You use all the stuff. But okay, so my stand, I have like a lot of stands, but my top stand is Kay's Creation. Kay's Creation aluminum floor stand is the stand that I'm using tonight, and it's my top stand. I bought it about a year ago on Gary's recommendation, and I absolutely love it. My second floor stand that I would suggest is a Needlework System 4. I have had a Needlework System 4 floor stand for 14 years. Absolutely love it. There's some drawbacks with it, such as it's front loading, not side loading. Kay's Creation is side loading. You need to think about that when you're buying a stand. But I prefer floor stands over lap stands or table stands. But if I was going to get a lap stand, I would get the fanny stand or the seat stand, whatever you want to call it, from Hardwick Manor, that one. So my top 3 stands, here they are. Kay's Creation, Needlework System 4, floor, both of those are floor stands. And then a seat stand or a fanny stand, Hardwick Manor, for like lap stitching or whatever. I don't know anything about artisan designs. I know a lot of people like them. I don't have one, but do you, Gary? Do you have an artisan design?
I've never actually been near one. No, so I don't know.
No,
I've heard of them, but that's all.
You're Gary, they want you to move your camera so that you can see it.
Sorry.
What's your other one? You have a Kay's lap stand too, right?
Yeah, I have a Kay's Creation, the Z lap stand, and it works. I like it, but there's a lot of joints to it, which has a plus. But I have a hard time keeping them from slipping, and I'm going to try. I'm going to go get some rubber washers from the hardware store, and try that, because I tightened one so much that I actually cracked the wood, so I had to glue it back together. But I do like it. I do like it, but I just can't get them to stay stable, so I tend to not use it. But Brett at Kay's Creation says he's going to help me with that, so I'm going to take him up on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because have you heard back from them?
I've been working on it, yeah.
Okay. Polly wants to know, what's your opinion on the Lowry? Have you ever used the Lowry, Gary?
No, I haven't. But everyone that I have read, because I studied them quite a bit, everybody I've read is just happy as can be with the Lowry.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
You want to know my opinion? Here's my opinion. It's coming whether you want it or not. When I was buying the K's, when I was researching to buy the K's, I have there's a shop that's not in my town, but about 2 or 3 hours from me, and they have Lowrys. They had a Lowry, and they did not have a K's, but they had a Lowry. And I had purchased my Needlework System 4 from them. So I went down there, and because I wanted to see the Lowry, because the Lowry is very similar to the Kay's Creation stand, except the it does not have, so I'm going to show you. So it does not have this 360-degree rotating ball on. See how that rolls like that? However I want it to roll, it rolls up and down as far as I want, 360 degrees. The Lowry's does not have that. It's one position. It goes up and down like this, but it doesn't go like tilt anymore.
Here, let me put you full screen so people can actually see that. Hang on.
Yeah. So
sorry, I was weaving things. Show that again. Move that to the center and show it again.
Okay, so see, a Kay's Creation has this ball that allows in the neck, that allows it to go however. Now it's too close to my camera. But anyway, so that's one of the things. This right here is one of the reasons why I like Kay's Creation. Okay, so now the other reason I like Kay's Creation is that it's really lightweight. But now there's a thing about that too. The lap stand the it's really kind of light. And Gary told me this before I bought it, that you'd have to get like a weight or something on it, on the steel plate that it's molded on, just to hold it, especially if you have like a big long project or something. So I bought, oh, well, I didn't have to buy it. We had like a 10-pound hand bell, and I just put it on there, and it works great. But you need to be aware of that you need a little weight to it. Now the other three, and I like the way this works on the Lowry, but I understand the Lowry now has a custom thing for Q snaps. So, that might outweigh
The I'll tell you that Lowry Q snap thing would almost make me get the Lowry stand by itself. And the reason for that is it's a corner mount. Because the biggest problem with Q snaps is they're round and they rotate. It's hard for clamps to hold them. But that's a corner mount clamp, so it goes on the corner, so you don't have that Q snap rotating. And I think it's just a brilliant design. Just
right.
really excellent. And it solves that problem of that round Q snap rotating. And I think that's just excellent. Yeah.
Right. And okay, so then the other thing that I was going to say that's a drawback about the Ks versus the Lowrys, I mean, they're basically very essential. They're very close to the same thing. But the I have to be so careful with my hands and stuff that this ball just and how I could fix it to me on here is why I purchased the Ks. Plus, I like the design too. But anyways, then the next thing that you need to think about is the Lowry's has a telescoping arm.
Telescoping.
So that means
Scoping.
okay. So it goes, so it comes in and out. It doesn't. And the Case Creation, if you can see, does not do that. So it goes like this. It doesn't fold in on itself, which kind of makes the Lowry's maybe a little less sturdy or strong on this, especially if you're holding a heavy, big project. That's another reason why I didn't buy the Lowry's, because I worried about strength, because when you have a telescoping arm, you're pulling it out from each other, and that could lessen strength. But the bad thing about this is if you have a table over here and you have a drink on it and you're moving this, back and out, from experience, I'm telling you that you can knock glasses off of the table. But anyways,
the thing that what it comes down to is you just got to look at all the stands, and they all have pros and cons, and you got to decide what fits you best. And Vaughn and I end up with Case Creation because their features and drawbacks fit us best. Lowry's might fit you better, especially if you use Q snaps. I'm telling you right now, if you use Q snaps, that clamp is going to put you in the Lowry in a hurry.
Right.
Yeah, because that's excellent design. So it just depends.
Right.
It just depends. Like here, I'll show. Don't get seasick, but here's the floor. You can see my whole mess of stuff. That's what I use to hold my Case Creation down, is that metal plate, because I have the base going away from me, and so the whole setup is this. I mean, you can see all the tripods and everything I got to do this show, but see, I have the workpiece going away from the base, and so it makes the base unstable. It'll just fall over toward me, and so I put that plate down there. But now, normally you would have the plate facing you too in a U shape, and that would.
Oh yeah, Gary, you're not on.
What?
It's me.
Oh,
it's me. It's on.
Oh,
me.
I forgot. I'm sorry. Here, I'll add me. I'll take you out. Sorry.
Okay.
Trying again. So there's the base plate. You can see, because I have the base plate for the Case Creation going away from me, and so I put that big metal plate on there, which is overkill, complete overkill. But it's what was in the garage that was heavy, so I use it. It's like Vonnie used a weight, exercise weight. So that's what I use. And see, normally you would have, I have the workpiece here going away from me. So I have the base going away. Normally you would have the base coming to you to make a U shape with your workpiece and your base, and then they'll hold each other. But I prefer it this way because I like that. I don't want that base plate rocking on my floor mat there. So that's where that's at, and so that's the weight I put on and use it that way. So
Yeah. And somebody above said, I don't know which one it was, said that they have a case creation, but Sheeta can't use it because it comes from the right. But if it and she always is hitting her knuckles on the mounting thing. But if it came from the left, she could use it. I use it from the left, from the right, and from forward.
yeah, just turn it around. I'm using. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like here,
I use it from all over.
I'm using
and there's
mine.
Another,
here, let me interrupt you. See, I'm using mine forward right now, but normally I have it over here by the table and have it on my left side. That's normally how I have it, but it works better this way for doing these shows, so I put it like this. But I've had it all three sides. You can have it any way you want. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing that I did not discuss, which we need to discuss this too about, I mean, I thought it really long and hard before because I have like 8 different stands. And so another thing that we need to talk about is on the arm, there's this piece that allows it to go up and down too. This right here, this piece, you can move it, you can move it up, you can move it down. However you have this, you could stitch, put it up, you can put it down. That's a unique feature too, that I don't think Lowry has. But anyways, I don't know. Everybody has their own thing. I'm trying to tell you the pros and cons of each one, because I'm not going to say, oh, this is the only stand, because it's not the only stand. You just have to choose which one of the bells and whistles that is important to you. I will say this though. If I could take pieces and parts of every stand that I have and make Bonna's ultimate stand, it would be fantastic.
Isn't that the truth? I've thought about that many times. Oh, if I could just have this here and put it together, I would have. Yeah, it would be phenomenal. Yeah. Yep. But that doesn't work.
Yeah. So, anyways, all righty. So it is 9:00, Gary.
Okay.
9:07 actually.
Geez, you're probably about half asleep by now.
I'm ready to take a shower. I am. I will tell you that.
All right. All right, folks. Get those emails in quickly so that you have a chance to win. Hannah, if you want the Hannah Longstreth piece. And Quarantine, if you want a shot at the other things. And yeah, I think that's going to be it. So we'll be back Wednesday night for same time, same station for another Quarantine Stitch Hour. And then Debbie Rowley and I will have the Wednesday podcast that the midweek show will be Debbie Rowley and me. So there we go. Thanks to everybody. Thanks for listening, joining us, watching, whatever it is. We appreciate it. I'm gassed.
Joining, watching, whatever you do, eating, drinking.
I'm gassed. I can't talk anymore. Gary. All right, bye.
Bye.